Good afternoon on what is a mild grey and cloudy day. It is Monday the 12th of April and I'm in the reading up with a nice hot cup of tea and a box to continue unboxing. What I've got in here is this Archives of the Empire Volume 3 for Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay 4th edition, published by Cubicle 7. It's another grim and perilous exploration of the Empire. Archives of the Empire, Volume 3, a grim and perilous exploration of the Empire. In Archives of the Empire, Volume 3, attention is given to the activities of merchants and the folk worship common to many rural corners of the Empire. Several minor faiths are explored in new detail and forgotten beliefs brought under scrutiny. New priest careers and miracles are detailed, and the range of activities your characters can partake in when they're not adventuring is expanded. The archive contains, let's have a look, legitimate business enterprises, a guide to setting up a business in the Empire. We detail on how to make a profit and grow from humble beginnings to a mighty concern. The cult of Hendrik, god of trade. Merchants throughout the old world seek Hendrik's blessing in their dealings, but the cult is a new one and its priests are rarely encountered outside of Marienburg. Folk worship and hedge magic. The beliefs and traditions of those who live in the rural areas of the Empire are given scrutiny. The old faith is a tradition of the ancient folk who lived before the coming of Sigmar, and which has now faded in relevance and power. The practice of hedge magic is described in detail with several new spells. Minor gods such as Cain, and the pantheons of elves and dwarves and halflings are discussed. The cult of Sulcan, god of vengeance. While he is mostly forgotten deity, whose puritanical creed is too stringent and uncompromising for most folk, Sulcan promises aid to those who seek to wreak divine retribution. The cult of Rhea, goddess of fertility, beseeched by those who till the soil and tend the sheep. Rhea may seem a distant deity by the folk of the Empire cities, but in the country to understand her ways is often the difference between life and death. Rules updates and additions. This archive includes new rules for different designs of armour, more minor magical effects, animal familiars for witches and wizards, updated starting skills and talents for characters from the various districts of Altdorf, and an exotic champion of the Jungfreud cause. So we open up and we have another a map of the glorious lands of Sigmar's Empire. Actually, I really do like this cover because you've got these spot embossed sections which really kind of glisten, as it were, and stand out, and you run your hands over it, and there's a real difference in the texture of the book. But you can see the artwork without the either effect on the inside page, and then we've got a list of the credits and the contents. And another missive from Princess Isabella von Holstein-Schlesstein, sister to Emperor Karl Franz I, allegedly. And she's basically writing these from an asylum because nobody thinks, apart from herself, thinks she's actually the sister. But anyway, we dive straight into the first section, which is legitimate enterprises in the Empire. So these are rules for if you're playing a merchant character, you really want these. So it's looking at sort of like enterprise format, suggested careers, startup costs, interest payments, that sort of thing. How to deal with creditors, what happens when you miss interest payments, how to expand, and then we've got a list of enterprise events. So the Game Master can throw in random events at you, and the whole campaign could be built around you attempting to build your enterprise. You have one merchant attempting to create a business, and the player characters are sort of like working with him. So here are options here like a courier service, a craft workshop, a criminal gang. I have a player character who would absolutely dig into this, and then she'd nick everything from everyone else, or threaten everyone to give us stuff. And a holy temple. So it's not just merchants, it is enterprises in general. A knightly order. Yeah, and I will say that my character will, you know, if you don't agree, she will literally knock your block off. She's that mean. So, market parlour, noble estate. Yeah, I actually really think this is a really great addition. Performance troop. But you've also got a discussion there of, you know, noble estates, the reality of noble estates. A publishing house, brilliant. And then we've got an example of example creditor, 3 unusual shops, you know, which you can drop into your campaign with ease. And then we've got suits of steel, so new armour. And here are the dangers of looting armour. You know, things like poor fit, won't fit, armour having been damaged, and so on. And then we've got the list of new armours, basically including boiled leather, chainmail, brigandine, and plate. Possible helmet designs. You can go bonkers with helmet designs. I mean, you know, just look up, you know, medieval helmet designs and just go, yeah, those are all amazing. Then we've got the first of the cult. So this is the cult of Pádraig for your merchant. So discussing its foundation, role in the empire, notable personalities of the cult, beliefs and strictures, and also relationships with the other cults. Worshippers and holy days. And it's got a section here on the philosophies of commerce, and then literally, I like this is one feature I do like of these books, is you've got an adventure hook, and you've actually just got a hook there, your fish hook, and it's just like this really silly little touch. And then we've got, in particular, we've got a career path for the priest of Pádraig. So that's really really good, and associated miracles as well. And then we move on to minor gods, folk worship, and hedgecraft. And having got to this section, I'm pretty much sure that a witch hunter or member of the Inquisition isn't far behind, because, you know, they are, how can I put it? Yeah, you know, they're not the correct way to worship in the Empire. And this encompasses the cult of Cain, essentially the Slayer in the Dark, the god of murder, as it were. Or we hate them, actually, in the game we're playing at the moment. Cult of Sulcan, god of retribution, and we've got a priest of Sulcan there, and essentially the career there for a player character to take, plus miracles of Sulcan. Cult of the Old Faith, including list of the old gods there. It's basically the old lost gods. And how to create gods of the old faith. Basically, you can use a nun, priest, or warrior priest. They all work. And then, living at the hedge, we move on to hedge magic. Magic and knowledge. And again, this is just adding so much more detail and flavour to your game. And if you are playing a hedge wizard, then you're going to want to access this content in particular. And your game master is going to want to have it as well. We've also got the cult of Rhea, which is the fertility cult, the harvests. So that's more prevalent, especially of course in rural areas. Just the same thing, personalities associated with the cult, strictures and beliefs, and worship. Major festivals, relationships with others, sacred sites and relics. And given that this cult is widespread, there's quite a lot of that. And then we have again a career for priests, a priest of Rhea, or priestesses, and then spirits of the land. There's option you can have male priests of Rhea. It does say that, so it's just that they're the exception. And then her miracles, and then we move on to animal familiars. So whether that's from witches, hedge magics, college wizards, and so on. And then we've got NPC familiars. So badger, cat, fox, owl, crow. Badger would be mean. And, of course, I'd be weaselly glad to have a stoat familiar. And then you've got, essentially, you can have optional size variations and skills, and you can even find a gifted animal. So you've got notes on sort of like corruption and death, animal communication, bonding with them, and you've got new talents and creature talents as well. And then we've got a sample power familiar, of course, that's a cat. And then outdoor a world to itself. You essentially can look at, essentially, this is broken down into neighbourhoods. So there we go, you've got a list of different neighbourhoods and the starting skills for possible characters from there. That's a nice touch, you know. So let's have a look. Yeah, so you know, you've got South Bankers, East Enders, the City North, and so on. Alternative rules for channeling for your wizard, including cants and different types of lore. And then we have Lord Aldebart Not Insel, is an NPC that player characters might run into. Who is constantly getting himself into great danger, but also attracting his own retinue. And I'm pretty much presuming that this retinue is sort of like going, yeah, he's amazing, so they realise that, you know, he's getting into so much danger, he's getting them killed and then being replaced, or you know, that sort of thing. So you've got different NPCs alongside them. Then we've got the index of the book. So fairly slim. You've got an advert there for the Great Enemy Within campaign. Absolutely fantastic. And again, reprints the map, but it's a great map. Anyway, so that's Archives of the Empire, Volume 3 for Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay, Volume 4. That looks to be a really good selection of information that really rounds out the setting and particular various character types. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed this unboxing in the Nook. If you have, then please do click on the like button down below. And if you got any comments or feedback, do appreciate you taking the time to post those. And lastly, if you want to be alerted to get more unboxings in the Nook, where you'll see me out here with a box containing a book or game or role-playing game, in this case the supplement for Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay, which I will unbox and talk about to the best extent of my knowledge for roughly 10 minutes or so, all of course accompanied by a nice hot cup of tea. Then please do click on the subscribe button down below. Thanks again for watching another unboxing of the Nook, and we'll be back again soon with another one. Bye for now.